I lost my job last year and I'm currently unemployed. My wife started a restaurant business and it's really booming. Suddenly, my wife has become the breadwinner of the family. I am working under my wife as a staff and it's making me sad. My ego is being attacked. I wish her business would scatter. Women need to stop maltreating their husbands just because they are the ones footing the bill. If you come and work for me, you are my employee and you're going to do everything that my employee does. And hell no, I'm not giving any part of my business to nobody. I am a woman. I'm going to run my business, and the only person who will possibly receive a part of my business is my child. A man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. Hi guys, welcome back to True Tales and Thoughts. So today we're going to be reading some stories about jealous partners from the Instagram page joroolumofin. If you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to wait. Subscribe. You guys subscribe. Don't watch without subscribing. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Like the video. Secondly, if you want to check out Joro's page, I'm going to link it in the description box. You can find him on Instagram. And without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So the first story says, my wife is worried her sister is dating her ex. The whole situation is annoying me. Hello Joro, please keep me anonymous. Does my wife even love me? I've been married for a few years. My marriage has been filled with peace and happiness. My wife's younger sister started dating her ex. My wife has been sad. She's not eating. She has been lamenting. She can talk about this matter for 2 hours straight. It worries me. My wife spent hours calling everybody in her family, telling them that her sister must not marry her ex. I am confused now. Does my wife love me at all? Is she still in love with her ex? She has lost weight since she heard of this. Normally, she will insult her ex for hours and call him names. I am so confused. I used my wife's laptop and saw a file she opened of her ex's pictures. I never knew she still had those pictures. My wife always says she thanks God she married me and dodged a bullet with her ex. No, this is very strange. What I think is, this wife might still have feelings for her ex. But then again, I want to know, what exactly does she say when she talks about this matter for hours? And what is the reason? Has she given a concrete reason why the sister should not go on to marry the ex? Because when I started reading the story, I had the impression that maybe there's something wrong with that ex of hers and she's worried for her sister. But now that I've read it to the end, I feel that this woman is not exactly over her ex. And now that the ex is going to become her brother-in-law, she's not okay with that. I don't think that she's totally over the ex of hers yet. I really wish she told us what exactly she says about the ex. What's the reason exactly that she does not want her sister to get married to this ex of hers? Well, let's go to the comments. This one said, will you be comfortable to have your wife's ex as an in-law? You guys would meet at every family function, knowing well that things might have happened between them. Yo guys, it's kind of complicated. This one said, oh guy, you suppose appreciate what she they do. She's just trying to avoid that guy coming closer to her. It can be tricky having him around her, except if you don't mind the consequence. Even that her stubborn sister will learn the hard way. But why is she losing weight? Why is she lamenting so much about it? That makes me feel like she's not really over him. Because can you imagine, when you think of your ex getting married to your sister, it really depends. Like, it depends on so many things. And I feel that the way she's going about it, she's not concerned about her sister. I don't think so. I think that she's not over him. So maybe she's kind of scared that if he comes closer to her, things might happen. And she does not want to betray her sister. Because if it's not that, why is she not shouting from the rooftops the reason why this sister of hers cannot get married to her ex? We have not gotten any reasons. She just laments and laments. What exactly is she saying? Because if we know that, then we'll be able to tell if she's just being petty or if she actually has legitimate reason to be concerned. Wow. This one said, why her sister go date her ex? It's wrong on all grounds. And also, your wife get photo of her ex picture. I don't understand you people. Honestly, because that's also one thing that made me to feel like she's not over that guy. Because why is she going back to his pictures? Yo guys. But to be very honest, when I think of it, if I had dated somebody, and let's say the person was a very good guy, the guy, he was responsible, he was loving, he was respectable and everything, and it happened that for some reason things did not work out between us and we had an amicable breakup, right? And then fast forward, my sister ends up dating this guy, and from what I know, this guy is a good guy because I was in a good relationship with this guy, and my sister loves him and she wants to be with him, I don't think I'll find anything wrong with that. Personally, I don't think I'm going to find anything wrong with that. If I know for sure, like from what I know, I can put my hand in the fire to say this guy is a good guy, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. But now the issue is, if I was in a relationship with a horrible person, then tomorrow I hear that my sister is trying to date this person, I am going to be concerned. I'm going to be very concerned. But that concern will be for my sister, because what is my business with this ex of mine? The concern will be because of my sister. So I'll be telling people, look, when I was dating this guy, this and this and this and this, he's like this, he's like this, like this. He did so and so and so to me, right? People change, but in that scenario, I think that is when I'll be concerned and trying to make people to dissuade her from dating the guy. But apart from that, if the person is a good guy and I know that, I don't see why I should stop my sister from finding her husband because the person happens to be my ex. I don't think I want to do that. Wow, this one said, there's a possibility that she doesn't love him but doesn't want her sister to be entangled with him, depending on how they broke up. What if he's a bad person? She might be looking out for her sister, just saying. But then why is she not saying anything? She's just lamenting. What exactly does she lament about? I would have really loved to know that. This one said, now just imagine your wife's sister marries her ex. Then one day your wife goes to visit her sister and her sister isn't around and she meets her sister's husband home alone. Think about it, guys. We're not animals. At the end of the day, I feel like, okay, is it every ex of yours that you feel so strongly about? I suppose that people have exes that, they can still be cordial. They can, not necessarily friends, but you can be cordial with your ex. There's no problem with that. But, it just depends on how the relationship was and how you broke up, really. This one said, I don't mind my friend marrying or dating my ex. I could attend their wedding and dance my heart out, but not my sister. The reason I left him is the same reason I wouldn't want him for my sister. However, having her ex's pictures saved is the only problem I have in this write-up. Exactly. She's saving the picture and it shows that she opened the pictures recently. So is she missing him now? Is that what it is? This one said, imagine your ex being your brother-in-law. It's messy. Support your wife on this. The next one said, I hope your sister doesn't regret it, Sha, because anything can happen between those two. She's been eyeing the guy while her sister was with him, or they've been having things together before the breakup. I wish them well. Oga, sorry. Not necessarily. This one said, it's so wrong for the sister to date her ex. As in, there are many men out there. Unless the sister had been secretly eyeing this boyfriend of hers while the sister was still dating him. Because this does not make sense to me. Your wife too, what is she still doing with folders of his pictures? She's not yet done with the ex, Abi they still have other plans. Oh my God. This one said, personally, I don't think it's proper for her sister to date her ex. In fact, this is common among ladies. We don't even allow our friends to date our exes, talk less of our sisters. Well, personally, I don't find anything wrong with that, especially if I know that the person is a good person and ended up in an amicable way. It was not some abusive relationship, some toxic relationship. I don't have a problem with my friend or my sister dating my ex. This one said, your wife is going through PTSD and her sister isn't making it easy at all. Imagine her sister marrying and he becomes part of the family. Your wife is likely to have a huge breakdown for a long period of time. If you can, please support her in the best way you can. The man not supposed near your wife's family. This one said, two things are involved here. It's either the ex is bad news and she's scared for her sister, or she still has feelings for the ex. Because in as much as it's kind of weird dating your ex's sister, people's soulmates can come from anywhere. So if it's the latter, your wife should please get over it. Ish happens, she's married now. Exactly. Why is she crying over spilled milk? This one said, her anger isn't even about her ex moving on, but it's about her ex moving on with her family member. Means you're stuck with that person for life. But at the end of the day, she's not the one married to this person. Is she the one married to him? Yes, getting married to her sister means he's now family and will be family probably forever. But I don't think your brother-in-law necessarily will be shoved in your face every other day, Now, whether she ended well with him or not, I feel like her feelings are valid. The ex is truly a bad one because he could just be marrying her sister to get back to her. That's your sister too. Now, wow, enemy in disguise. Oh my God. Wow, let's take the second to the last comment, which says, has she given her reasons? Has she spoken to her sister about it? She's married, so her sister marrying her ex should be the least of her problems, unless of course there's something she knows and people don't know, and the earlier she talks about it, the better. Yeah. Let's take the last comment, which says, research or survey shows when someone continuously insults their ex, it's 98% because of the love they still have for them. Those insults are a smoke screen of regret that things didn't materialize between them as the person would have hoped. So the insults are coming from a place of love for their ex. Sometimes they don't even want to hear their ex's names. It pisses them off. They've not moved on from the relationship. The love, desire, regret, and pain is still there. To think she has a file of his pics, LOL. She's still in love with him. I can bet all the money in my accounts. Yes, that's also one point. The fact that she spends all her time insulting this ex of hers, that's an indication that they're not in good terms. That's why I'm a bit concerned, because if they didn't end up in good terms, why is her sister dating someone who is not in good terms with her sister? Personally, I will not do that. Like, if I know that my sister is not in good terms with this person, I'm not trying to have anything to do with you. I am not trying to have anything to do with you, to be very honest. So the fact that she insults her ex all the time, that shows that she still has some kind of emotional energy that she's willing to put in towards this ex, and that is a red flag. I think she still has a thing for this ex of hers, and she's feeling even a bit betrayed that the ex is going ahead to marry her sister, and he's eventually going to be in her face most of the time, right? You know how it is, you're having feelings for somebody and you always see the person, and worst of it all, the person is now your family. Oh my gosh, it can be so draining. Anyway guys, let me know, do you think that this woman is coming from a place of concern, or do you think that she has every right not to want her sister to marry her ex? And if you're in the husband's shoes, what are you going to do? Will you just try to support her, or would you be doubting the love that she has for you? Let me know in the comment section. The next story says, I am working under my wife as a staff and it's making me sad. I wish her business would scatter. Hello Joro, good morning. I lost my job last year and I'm currently unemployed. It's been tough for me. My wife started a restaurant business and it's really booming. Suddenly, my wife has become the breadwinner of the family. I've been trying to get jobs, but it's very difficult for me. My wife asked me to be the manager of her restaurant. I want to ask, am I less of a man? It's her business and the money is going to her account. My ego is being attacked. She is beginning to act like the head of the family. Normally, she will ask my children to take permission from me before doing something. I feel less of a man because I'm working for her and she's the one making the decisions. For example, during staff meetings, she sits by the edge of the table and she arrives late. Everybody will stand up when she enters. I don't stand up, but I feel like I'm a failure. I am looking for a way to make the government shut down her business or make a client sue her business. I wake up in the morning and I feel so useless. My children no longer ask for permission from me. They go directly to my wife. Now my wife is the only one who makes the sexual moves. If I make more, she will say she's tired. I prefer it when my wife was unemployed and I had the money. Wow. What I'm going to say about this one is, first of all, this man's feelings are valid. I'm not going to invalidate his feelings. I believe that every normal man should want to provide for his family. It's a good thing. It shows that he's hungry to provide for his family, right? The fact that he does not have a job right now and is struggling to provide for his family might be a huge blow to his whole essence, because in my opinion, men are born to be providers. Men were born to provide for their families. That is their role. And when a man falls out of playing that role, it can be very destabilizing for him. So it's actually very normal. That's a normal reaction. Those are normal feelings that should go through a normal man's mind when he cannot provide for his family. Even the Bible says it. A man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. You have to take care of your family as a man. You have to provide. That's why you were born. So this man feeling like this is actually very normal. One thing I'll tell him is, your wife was sent to this world to be a helper to you. That is why you get a wife. Your wife is there to help you. Just imagine for a second that you lost your job and your wife also didn't have anything doing. There's nobody to support you while you're unemployed trying to look for a job. How do you think you are going to survive? Instead of feeling bad about yourself and pitying yourself, you should be thanking God that you have an industrious wife who is able to start a business, manage it well to the point where her business is now supporting your family. Imagine that business was not there. What would you have done? So I think that even though his feelings are valid, he should be more grateful. I don't think that he's seeing the blessing that's right in front of him, the blessing which is his wife. Imagine that your wife's business was not there. That would have been it. You'd have been done. You'll be telling us a different story. You'll be saying, Joro, please open a GoFund account for me because I'm suffering with my family. So you should be very grateful that your wife has something doing, and while you're looking for employment, she can actually support the family. That's why she's there. She's there to be your helpmeet. The third thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that he wants to sabotage his wife's business. That is very evil. Every time that men think that way, I just feel like you're so evil. You should not be thinking like that. If anything, you should be encouraging your wife, even if you're her manager, of which I don't really advise you to be. I think if she's going to be the breadwinner of the family, let her just be the breadwinner of the family. I don't think I would advise any man to work for their wife, because it takes a man that has very strong willpower and a very, very high dose of humility to work for his wife and still be okay with her. Do you understand? So I don't think I would encourage any man to work for their wife. That does not mean that there are no exceptions. If you feel like you're the kind of man that can bear it, then of course go ahead. But I just feel like most men will build resentment from working with their wives. They'll feel like, oh, she's the boss. Of course she's the boss. I personally don't think that if I'm running a business and it's doing well, and for some reason my husband has to come and work for the business, I will give the business over to him. Trust and believe. Trust and believe I am not doing it. I will run my business because I know what I've done to bring the business to the point that it is. So I'm not giving my business to nobody. I will remain the boss. And if my husband must work for me, he will go under me. He will have to submit to me in my business, okay? Just saying. Given the kind of person he is, I don't think he should work for his wife. It would be better for him to go out there and look for a job. More so, instead of him sitting around here trying to look for ways to get the government to shut her business down, or looking for ways to get a customer to sue her business, he should gather all that energy that he's put into that negativity against his wife and go out there like other men and look for a job and start jobbing. Okay? Instead of him putting all that energy into trying to gather resources to destroy his wife, he should get up from where he sat at her restaurant and go out there and go and look for a job like other men. Ungrateful man. Anyway, let's go to the comment section. The comment section said, OMG, I'm so sorry, poster. I understand how you feel as a man. You shouldn't have the thought of your wife's business crumbling. I know how my gender can be when they are the ones providing. Have you tried speaking to her? If yes and she doesn't change, manage and work under her. Gather enough money to start something for yourself. Women need to stop maltreating their husbands just because they are the ones footing the bill. You both will be fine. Okay, another thing I'm going to add is that I think it's possible that his wife is treating him differently since she started being the breadwinner. I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. That is totally possible, because sometimes when people have a little bit of power, they can change. But then again, I want to also add the point that sometimes the wife might not even be doing anything, but because he's already feeling insecure, anything that the wife does, even if it's something that she did on a regular day when he had a job and he was the provider of the family, he will see it as a slap on his ego just because he's already feeling down. Have you ever been in that kind of situation where someone already feels a certain way, and no matter what you do, the feelings that they already feel are just going to get amplified? Do you understand? So it's totally possible that his wife has changed, but another possibility is she has not changed at all. He's feeling insecure, and whatever she does just amplifies the insecurity for whatever reason. The next comment said, this man is going through a lot. His wife can do better. She should be sensitive to his feelings. As a man, she should tell him not to attend meetings and offer him 50 or 40% of the business ownership. I think that's fair, but she's busy doing bosses. That's all. I don't think that this woman should have to give her husband a job. If I was in her shoes, right, what I would do is I will run my business and keep providing for my family and encourage my husband to go out there and look for a job. I don't think I want my husband to work for me. No, never. Like, never. Because I think that most of the time it's going to build resentment. I don't want you to have to. Because if you're working for me, you have to attend the staff meetings. You are a staff in my company. So I'm sorry, but you have to attend the staff meetings. You have to do the 9 yards. And I don't want my husband doing that. Hello? It's just weird to me. I would prefer that my husband goes out there and gets himself his own job. Because guys, I just feel like we should not mix things up. Let my husband be my husband. I don't want to see my husband as my employee. It's going to... I know that I should respect my husband no matter what. But it's going to kind of dwindle that respect a little bit. It's too confusing for me to manage. I prefer that my husband goes out there, gets his own job, and I stay over here and run my business. Because if you come and work for me, you are my employee and you're going to do everything that my employee does. And hell no, I'm not giving any part of my business to nobody. I am a woman. I'm going to run my business, and the only person who will possibly receive a part of my business is my child. Okay? That's just how I say it. The only person that will possibly receive a part of my business is my child. I'm not giving my business to nobody. I'm just saying my opinion. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section. This one said, instead of scattering the business, please just quit the job and travel to Burkina Faso to start a new life so that she can marry a good man. Because if you scatter the business for her, your kids will be the ones to pay for it. Ewu Gambia. Yo. This one said, Mr. Man, you need to stop that job immediately. And the thought that tells you to wish government should close your wife's business should end. God has blessed you with a woman that can start a business, and the business is even doing well. You should appreciate that fact, because now that you are down, your wife is strong enough to provide for the family. You need to stop that job and go out and hustle as a man. Thank you. He's just sitting around in his wife's restaurants. For what? Why? Why? I don't know why. Guys, if you're a man in the comment section, can you do this? Can you actually come and work for your wife? If you're a man, please let us know in the comment section, because I don't think a man should be doing this. He says you need to stop that job and go out there and hustle like a man, and ensure that you still stand strong as the man of the family. It's not because you are down that your wife will take the leadership of the family. Yes, the fact that you're not providing financially in a certain season does not change your position as a leader. I feel like a man should be the man of the house regardless. Even if he does not have a job right now, he's not doing anything, he's down financially, he is still supposed to be the head of the house. That does not change. The man leads, everybody else in the family follows, regardless of whether or not he has a job. That's just standard. It never changes. You have always been the head of the family, but because you are broke, you have stopped taking charge of the family. So why are you thinking the way you are thinking now, that she is the one with the money? Your children will suffer if your wife is not doing well in business. You can offer her advice from home. Go out and hustle. What you are going through, many men have gone through this and come out on the other side. Wow, this is really good advice. This one said, it's not that deep, Wewe. Instead of wishing the business doesn't work, sell her a good business idea you can manage and let her loan you. Be diligent. Whoa, you are sure not a good person for wishing this. This one says, sir, is it only money you have to offer? You see? That's one thing that I find with some African men, yeah? They feel that being the leader of the house is providing money. That's it. Once they can no longer make that financial provision to their family, they feel totally useless. They have nothing, because that's the only thing they do, and that is all they have. So when you take that away from them, they are finished. They feel useless. A man in the house, a leader, a father, is much more than financial provision. African men need to start getting this into their heads. Being the leader, being the head of the family is much more than financial provision. If this man knew that, he will know that this is just for a season and this does not change my position as a man. But the fact that he thinks that it's only financial provision that he has to offer, he's totally broken. He's no longer taking charge of his house because he has no money. This does not make sense at all. So he says, sir, is it only money you have to offer? Can't you participate in the core activities and exude your masculine nature? Firm, confident, interactive, making sure things are in place. I thought they said the two shall become one. Exactly. And he has an industrious wife. So those that don't have industrious wives, what do they do when they go down? Because his wife could have been jobless. What would he have done in that case? This one said, this is a mentality issue. You didn't write about anything wrong with your wife, did you? Can you change the mentality of I'm working for my wife to I am working in our family business? That's another way of seeing it. Your wife might be the initiator of the business. You have to contribute intellectually to make the business grow instead of wishing that the business runs down. If your wife sees that you are taking a bold step in making the business flourish, she will submit. Yes. Bring up initiative and let your wife see your relevance. You can grow that restaurant from 1 to 2, where you have 1, you manage yourself. Drop this African mentality. Oga, Prove your worth, and I bet you your wife will take the back seat. And she may not even visit that restaurant. That's true. This is another way of looking at it, because at the end of the day, you guys are married, right? So what is yours is his, and what is his is yours. So he can, if he can change his mentality to, I'm working for our family business. Yeah, I think this is good advice. If he's able to do that, it will be good advice, even though I still don't agree with that. I prefer that this man goes out there and does his own thing as soon as possible. But yeah, I think it's good advice. It's not bad advice at all. This one said, don't scatter her business, Biko. Leave that business and go find happiness / a job for yourself somewhere else. Let her business be in peace. This one said, dear poster, how did you treat your wife when you had money? Did the table actually turn the right way or the wrong way? Just curious. This one said, my gender self, small financial setback a man will face, una go just change from angel to demon. Only God knows the emotional torture this man is facing. Poster, just endure for some time until you can gather enough money to start up something for yourself. You can also be applying for jobs too. Stay positive until something good comes your way. And please do not try to destroy your wife's business. Just bid your time until you rise again. Then you can make solid decisions concerning your marriage. I wish you all the best. But I don't remember this man saying that his wife tortured him in any way. Or are people taking the fact that he attends staff meetings as torture? I don't get it. Guys, where do people get torture from? I don't understand. Where did torture come from? I don't remember this man complaining about his wife or anything. The thing he complained about was the kids taking permission from her, of which I don't think it should be so. I think that the wife should redirect the kids to daddy. If they used to take permission from daddy, they should keep taking permission from daddy. Nothing should change. I think it's in her place to say, no, go to your daddy. I don't want to hear it. Go to your daddy. Don't come to me. I think there she has the responsibility to redirect those kids to their father so that they don't feel like anything has changed because daddy does not have a job. You know, women, we have a very big part to play in the dynamics of the home. So when we put our foot down and say, to your father, but mommy, I don't want to hear it, to your father, then you guys can sit behind and discuss whatever decision you want to make, you know. So I think that, yeah, she definitely will have a part to play in that. But apart from that, when it comes to her business and the fact that she has staff meetings and the man has to attend the staff meetings, I don't see anything wrong with that. You decided to work for her. You decided to work in her restaurant business. So yes, if you're working there, you are a staff member. Therefore, you have to attend staff meetings. If you are the kind of person who is not okay with attending staff meetings, then go out there and look for a job. I don't understand where the torture is coming in from. I don't get it. Anyway, let's read this one which says, I can feel the pain of this poster. However, I don't think you should scatter or pray for your wife's business not to flourish. Instead, resign. Let her hire a manager. But you can go there from time to time to support her and make sure things are going well. This way, you still retain some of your dignity as a man. Let's take the second to the last comment that says, if you were faithful in your marriage when you had your job and enough money, God will open a bigger way for you. But if you were unfaithful in the past, then it's the law of karma and her prayers that worked. Just take a new leaf, confess to her and promise to be faithful, and the ways will open again. Really? Let's take the last comment which says, you are an evil person. Demon better pass you. You no get take care of your family, Mr. Head of the house. God then opens the way for your wife, and you are angry and has become a wizard in her life. Lord have mercy. May we not marry our enemy as life partner. Yeah, it's really sad that he's thought of ways to destroy her business. Instead of thinking of ways to destroy her business, you think of ways to better yourself and get a job. Get up. I cannot count the number of times I've said this in these videos. Get up, pick yourself up of the ground, get up, go out there like a man and fight for yourself. Go out there and fight for yourself. So guys, so finally comes to the end of this video. Oh my god, I'm really cracking up. Go out there. Guys, so finally comes to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.